what's going on everybody? Welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be building some outdoor arrows. So I have the gold tip Kinetic Pierce Platinums, 340 spine. I'm going to be shooting this out of my V3X 33 with 60 pounds and 29 inches. So yeah, let's get right into the build. All right, what I have for this build are obviously the arrows, Kinetic Pierce Platinum 340. I have some gold tip pin knocks, some gold tip AccuPoints for the 166. These are the 120 grains. Then I have Victory pin bushings and some fletchings. For this video, I'm going to be using these boning air vanes. I used these last year. They're super low profile vane. They're 2-inch. So we can set all this stuff aside and let's open up the package. There they are. All right, let's start with this end. So I'm gonna pull all of these knocks out. It's the 166 GTO knock, I believe it's called, and the collar on them. I'm gonna open up these pin knocks and we're gonna see what they're all about. There those are. They're Victory. As long as you get the same inside and outside diameters, really nothing should change. So that's what that's gonna look like. And the pin knocks. There's those. And that's just it's gonna be just like that. I think that looks pretty slick. And then just gonna do 3 all white boning air vanes. All right, so I got all of the knocks and bushings out of that end. So now I'm gonna go ahead and grab my little torch and some glue. So there's my glue. All right, so you take your glue, wave it under the glue or the flame. Throw just a little bit of glue on there. Just like that. I've got my arrow under the shoulder here. And then you're just gonna take the bushing and just gonna roll it onto the flame. And ooh, that's hot. And push it into your desk. Just like that. And then I should have some water here, but I don't right this second. And then you're just gonna keep peeling. Just gonna peel that off. It should be like a little donut. And then you just chuck that. And you have one installed. Easy as that. You have your knock installed, or your bushing, I should say. And then you just take your knock and just press it down into your arrow like that. And that's your final product. Now we just gotta do that 11 more times. I got all of these knocks and pin bushings in. So there we go. So for this video, I'm gonna be using this boning multi-fletcher. It's a sweet jig. It's by far my favorite jig I use. So there it is. And it's super versatile. All right, so we have the 3 fletch in there right now. They have options. in that jig for a 3-degree right and left helical, a 1-degree left and right helical, and a straight. For swapping out these clamps, all you do is it just pops right out, and you just take the next one, and it literally just clips right in, and boom, you have a different clamp. You just slide the vein in there like so, and let's see how that looks. I'm gonna go with that, just because I don't want too much helical, and this 1-degree looks like I can still see the helical, so that's good enough for me. So the best glue I have found yet to use is called Tip Grip. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna wipe down the shaft just with Windex. That way it just gets rid of some of that carbon. Oops. Watch how much comes off here. And it already looks pretty good placement in the jig. You guys can see with this jig, there's just a little bit of slop. Just that little bit of slop. So what I like to do is just take some hockey tape, or whatever kind of tape. This is just what I have on hand. I'm gonna tape this top, just like this. So that way you've got it taped there. So that way it's not gonna slide up and down and you get rid of that slop. I wanna get one fletching that is just straight, straight in line with the Kinetic Pierce logo. I just want them all to be the same, and I want the one fletching to be in the same spot. All you're gonna do is, there's no priming or anything, you just gonna slap some glue on there and just sort of rub it down, smooth the glue out, and you just sort of set it in there and clip her in. You can apply some pressure to the bottom, just right here. With this tip grip, you really only need a couple seconds for it to bond and you're good. And you can move on to the next fletch, but it's always good to leave a little bit extra if you have some more time. Should be good, and then you just pop it out of the clamp and move on to the next fletch. Looks like I got some good contact. So the thing I like about this jig is the adjustability on it. You can do 3 fletch, 4 fletch with a 90-90-90, so just all even spacing, or you can do a 4 fletch with I believe it's 60-120, so they're a little more offset. I believe you can do crossbow bolts with it. It's got a different attachment for the knock there. It also has different clamps on the end here for fat and skinny shafts. And you can adjust that up and down for the thickness of your arrow. Like I said, you've got all the different clamps, so you can do different helicals, and you can get a really good helical on it. So, move on to the third and final fletch. Put it right there, and we're off. Just like that. So for points, what I'm gonna do is I have these. I'll open them and check them out. It is the Gold Tip AccuPoint, and they're 120 grains. They seem pretty decent. You can do screw and weights in the back. Let's just check the fit on them. They should be pretty perfect. Yeah, those fit nice. There we go, that's what it's gonna look like. That looks pretty sweet. So tonight, I will not be able to cut these. I'm gonna run to the shop tomorrow, get them cut, run back here and throw some points in, and then I'm gonna go shoot them, get them sighted in, get them tuned, all that sort of stuff. So there's the last fletching. And what I like to do is grab a Q-tip, and you shouldn't have much excess, but if you do have any, it looks a lot cleaner just to wipe it down. And then what I like to do is take this, and I like to dip the tips, so the front and the back. That way they don't peel up or anything if it goes through a target. Not much, but just enough. Right there. I'm not sure if you guys can see that too well or not, but just the very tip right there on the fletching. You add just a tip of glue. That is how you use the Boning multi-fletcher. It's very simple. They look really clean. There isn't a ton of helical, but I don't need too much. I don't want to create too much drag. Shooting out to 50 meters, you want the least drag as possible. So yeah, that is all for now. I'm gonna get the rest of these fletched up. I'm just gonna be doing the same thing, and I'll see you guys tomorrow after I cut the arrows, and I'll show you guys how I put the points in, and then we'll go shoot these things. All right, so it is a few days later. I got the arrows cut, and I threw most of the points in already. So I've got one here, and I'm gonna show you guys just how I do this. All right, so it's super simple. So you light your torch, and you're gonna stick this under your arm like this, and you're gonna grab your point. For this, I'm gonna use this hot melt here, and you're just going to heat up the hot melt. You're just gonna stick it on to the point. Just go like that. And then you're gonna want a cup of water, and you're just gonna wave the point under it like that. Try not to get it too hot, and then you just sort of put it in, and you sort of just spin it. You push it in, dip it in your water, hold it there for a second. You can shake it off, and then you've got this little donut of glue here, and you're just gonna peel that off, just like that. And there you have it. Your point is installed. Super simple. I'm gonna get an overall weight on these, and 387 on these little darts. If you notice, I don't have the pin nocks in there anymore. My serving is too thick, and it was blowing apart the pin nocks, so I had to switch back to the regular nocks, and then the little bushings that they come with. So, and I ordered some smaller serving, but that will be my final setup, is with the pin nocks. Let's go outside, and I'll take a couple shots with them, make sure they're sighted in. All right, so had a little malfunction, but we're here. I think these are gonna be pretty close. I walked back and just kept backing up a couple yards at a time, but they should be decent. Take a couple shots with them. Yeah, that was right in there. That's low. All right, that was 6. That should be good. Let's go check out that group. All right. So we got a really good group, but it is low. So we're gonna give it a couple clicks and shoot one more. Give it a few clicks and start shooting. This is 50 meters, by the way. All right, there's a pretty good group. Left to right is still faring just a bit, but height is perfect, and we're gonna call that good. All right, well, that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.